YouTube, and then you can catch me on Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. And I'm available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, okay, and your radio shows. So get on it, okay? Let's do this. I love to connect with you and promote what you got going on. Let's get it. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Blueprint Live, visit thebpmediaco.com today. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live with your girl, MzMetchi. Brought to you by Philly 101.5 and Indie 95.3 and Fluent Radio. Shout out to our partners, Be Your Own Kind and MzWTT, honey. And thank you to our amazing sponsors, Tax Strategy, Black Dollar Days, Fiya Infusions, and last but not least, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Okay, tune in every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in Philly. All right, y'all, it's showtime. Let's get it.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in, and right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi. All right, hey man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, what's happening in? Yo, what's happening in? What's happening in? Oh, it's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi, and I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Ah! Oh, Fabo!
Like it's math time. Stay around.
Happy Thursday. Let's go. So, in case y'all haven't heard, it's new Child Up. This is Remain. This is the single I was trying to get to play last week, and it was giving me trouble. So, we got it today. It's lit. It's lit. Let me get myself together. Y'all know these my guys.
Yeah. Dark blue on the rocks, but life still sitting down like that shit was a
Come on. Why do they go so hard every time? Let's go.
This time's up, prepare, go good with this watch. I'll roll up that tree and I crank up that pop.
It be the beat switching up for me. That's gonna always be it for me. Let me get this together, child. It's been a day. Get your cup. This song is like the one you ride down Lakeshore Drive. You know, you got your, you either a passenger princess. I like to be a passenger princess.
How can I maintain keep money on the brain? Why they drink away the pain?
I just gotta let this rock for a little bit because it's the new heat for me. This came out on Friday. This is Child Up. It's available everywhere. Anywhere you listen to music. Come on, dog. So y'all make sure that y'all support, okay? Y'all know that is one of my favorite groups, okay? Shout out to Child Up and their new single Remain. If you all have missed their shows, honey, if you have not tuned in, you don't have them on your playlist, baby, you are playing. Let me be the first one to let you know that you're playing. Welcome back to another week. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Happy Thursday, wherever you are. I hope if you're cold, if you're snowed in, baby, I hope you are warm and having a good week. And baby, if it's hot outside, I hope you somewhere cooling off. We're back for another week. This week, I don't have a special guest, so y'all give me all to yourself. And baby, we got some stuff to talk about, okay? Shout out to all of my listeners tuning in from the Chicagoland area, New Jersey, Philly, and Houston, okay? I love y'all. I love y'all. And everyone tuning in on Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, and Indie 101.5 and Mixed Talk Media. Shout out to all of my listeners out there. You all give me the motivation to keep it going every single week, okay? So make sure that you all get in tune with my sponsors for the Blueprint Live, okay? Black Dollar Days. Visit the Black Dollar Days if you are a Black-owned business and you would like to be part of the Black Dollar Days registry, okay? You can register your business. This is something that is free. All you have to do is just head over to the website. So go to theblackdollardays.com and sign up today. Shout out to Paris Ice Bar. She is our mobile bartender, okay? She's available in the Florida area as well as the Illinois market. So you all make sure. And I mean, look, she can be flued out too. This is Paris Ice Bar, okay? She can get flued out. And of course, shout out to our other sponsor, Fiya Infusions, okay? Tonight I've got a really, really good show. And tonight's topic is actually Renita's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me when when she listens in. But it was this topic for tonight is kind of stemming off of a conversation that her and I had just this morning. I tell you all that with the show, it's very easy to, produce my show and put things together. But a lot of the times I'm like, what is going to be my topic for the night? And after we had our conversation this morning, I said, this has to be it. This is it. Okay. This is totally it. So we're going to be talking about, can you share your happiness with others? Okay. Can you do that? Are you able to? We're talking about it tonight on the topic for this evening. So make sure that you all tune in, because I know y'all like to hop in and out. Now, if you're interested in doing any advertising with me, okay, you want to advertise with me? You want to have a commercial play on the Blueprint Live? Do you want to be in 4 different markets across the U.S.? Do you want your business featured? Because the Blueprint Live is available anywhere that you listen to your favorite shows. Are you trying to be down? Because I want to promote you. Next week, I'm going to be participating in an event that I'll be sharing some updates on. So it's a pop-up and a fashion show. So shout out to Miss Ayana Banks. Okay, my girl, she's putting all of this together. So there's definitely going to be some more details. And I'll be sharing all of the deets with you all. So make sure that you're following me on the Blueprint Media Company page. You can also visit the bpmediaco.com or MzMetchi.com for more information about our advertising packages or whatever it is that you're looking for. Like, let's get in tune. I want to get in tune with y'all. Let's go ahead. I think it's a good time to break into tonight's Hate It and Love It. And you all are going to be so surprised because I don't have a lot of hate it's this week. All right, y'all. It's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it. Okay, so my love it. I got like a few love it's this week. So you know how when you are having a little bit of a difficult time throughout the week, you're just like, oh my goodness, I'm really suffering. I'm having a difficult time. And you get that like little giddy up, whatever it is. It can be, you go shopping, you do whatever, and you get all of that going. It makes you feel good, just whatever it is. It totally transforms your week and turns your week around. Well, I definitely had that this week. I was just like, I'm like, I need a freaking pick me up. And I love those pick me ups that kind of happen like midweek. You're just like, wow, I was coming in looking for something to really hype the day up. So I definitely had that this week. And it was just the giddy up that I needed to get through the rest of the week. So, honey, shout out to the giddy ups. That's got to be the love it number 1. Number 2, I am loving having a wine subscription. I don't mean to sound like a lush. I don't want to sound like a lush. I don't. But let me tell you something about me. One thing about me, I'm going to keep a bottle of wine. I'm going to keep a bottle of champagne. I'm going to keep my wine subscription. Sips wine. Bing bong. Bing bong. I paid for it. I mean, everyone that's out from our area, you always run into a friend or an associate or somebody that at your local Cooper's Hawk. I went in there. First off, I haven't been in so many months just because things have been busy. I just haven't had the time. But I went in there and they're just like, hey, you've got 11 bottles. I'm like, oh my goodness. What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with 11 bottles? Have I not been here in that long? So shout out to my wine subscription. I definitely picked up my 6 bottles. Tonight, the choice is Romance Red. It's lit. Hey, thank y'all for checking in. Make sure that you drop your business in the comments, whatever you got going on. We showing love tonight. We're networking. So make sure you go ahead and get in tune. Shout out to the wine subscription. Now, my hated it. Y'all, as much as I am hating that I'm going to have to do this, I think I'm going to have to hop back on the metro to go back downtown because traffic has been OC to the ridiculous. OC to the ridiculous, y'all. And I can't take it no more. I'm done. Hey, Auntie Tracy, what's up, girl? Hi. Girl, you like what I did? Is it giving 70s, girl? Is it giving 70s? Is it giving what it's supposed to give? Shout out to everyone that's tuning in live with us on our Facebook and YouTube feed. Okay. Shout out to all of our listeners. I mean, look, this is the thing. I like to have the Blueprint Live be very, 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 very accessible. Very accessible. So, for everyone, if you are more of a visual person, I'm a visual person. I love to watch my favorite podcast. As a matter of fact, a podcast that's coming in, this particular couple is called And Then We Had Sex. And y'all, they are probably one of the most realest and rawest couples that I've seen that have a podcast. I mean, they talk about everything, some stuff that I'm just like this. These are conversations that I have with my significant other, but I would probably not let anybody else hear it. No one. I wouldn't let a soul hear it. She said, hey, do you mean pink? Hi. Ultra Cleopatra. That's funny, as you Tracy. I was just like, girl, I was taking the best nap that I've ever taken. The love it has to be for adult naps. Adult naps hit harder than the naps did when we were children. When we were children, it felt like it was punishment. Now, as an adult, I feel like a nap is a reward. If I can lay down and no one is bothering me, no one is in my face, I'm not getting any calls, I don't have any strenuous emails that need my immediate response, I am taking an adult nap. That's just how it's going to go. That's just how it's going to go. So I hated it that I want to get into a little bit during later on in the show for the What's Happening, What's Up. What's going on with Jonathan Majors, man? What's going on with this man? And baby, let me tell you, the public turned on him in a heartbeat. Jonathan, he didn't stand a chance. He didn't stand a chance. The people were just like, what is going on? For me, when certain situations happen, when it's like celebrity tea and all of that other stuff, I like to see how things unfold, how it turns out. But baby, they've been dragging that man through the mud. Okay. Then his lawyer, why did his lawyer release text messages that almost, if you read it a little bit in depth, it looks like that there may have been some type of altercation. We're going to talk about that later in What's Happening, What's Up. Okay. Now look, I got to pay some bills really quick. Y'all know how that goes. But when I come back, I have tonight's What Would You Do? And y'all, this guy, he needs some help. He's trying to get his wife back. Are y'all ready to help? I want to help him. We'll be right back.
The Black Dollar Days initiative has officially kicked off. Make sure that you join founder Faye Porter in her mission in uplifting the Black community. You can join by registering your business or just replying that you're in and you're ready to be in on this initiative. Okay? Visit theblackdollardays.com and do what you need to do to be a part of this. Be a part of the change that you want to see. Make sure that you follow them on all social media and let them know that the Blueprint Media Company sent you.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Let's get into today's What Would You Do, where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. So it's time to get into tonight's What Would You Do? And this guy, y'all, now this What Would You Do is not as spicy as the other ones for the past few weeks. This guy is genuinely needing some help. Let's go ahead and see if we can help him out tonight. I ruined my relationship with my wife of 20 years by drinking, yelling, leaving home, and saying terrible things. Last year, I went through a very dark period, drank too much, yelled too much, for no reason other than being a petulant, selfish child. Eventually, I left the house to stay at my office nearby. I sent my family incredibly terrible text messages and said horrible things that led to very bad situations. It's become so bad, the local social workers are involved. I'm so ashamed that it hurts. I'm a few months in recovery, and I guess it's all too late since no one is talking or responding to me. On one side, I want to work to repair the damage and avoid divorce. But on the other side, I worry I need to stop trying and leave them alone. Is it worth it to try, or is it better to not try? Considering the damage, I don't really know what's right. What would you do? Oh, this is a hard one. This is a hard one for a few different reasons. When people are going through things or they are like battling addictions or just battling their demons overall, right? They're not in their right state of mind. They're not in their right state of heart. And, if he was drinking and doing all that other stuff, 9 times out of 10, the behaviors that came after that were directly tied to the excessive drinking. So, kudos to this man for seeking recovery and trying to get all of the help that he can get at this particular point. I mean, that's a tough situation. I don't know. I mean, I feel that trying right now when he's only a few months in doesn't really seem like the best idea. I wouldn't do it. If I was his wife and he was doing all of that and acting a dang on fool, I'm just like this. Bye. See you later. See you later, alligator. No. Couldn't be me. It could not be me. I just don't think that I would be able to like take that back. It's like, hey, you are battling some things and I need you to be like a year or so. You need to be heavy within your recovery in order for me to feel like, oh, okay, I want to go ahead and try this out. I don't think that he should stop trying, but I do think that he needs to let them know like, hey, I'm working on me. I hope that you will be able to accept me back into your life and know that I've changed and that I'm not, exhibiting these behaviors and doing the things that I was doing before. It's nothing wrong with fighting for your family. It's nothing wrong with fighting for your marriage. We see it all the time. People break up to make up and do those things all the time. But the sad part about it is that it takes for people to have to lose the people in their life for them to truly see their value and that they were probably not the best people in the first place. It's pretty unfortunate. Let me get into the comments. Auntie Tracy said true. Yeah, I mean, they end up pushing someone's just so far to the edge that they can't come back from that. So yeah, I mean, I feel like, yes, is it worth it to try? Absolutely. I mean, anyone that knows if you get married, I mean, I'm pretty sure unless it's something that's extremely toxic, like some of the behavior that he exhibited, typically there can be some conversations about reconciliation and trying to figure out, can we actually come to some place of resolve and work it out and come back together? I don't know. Auntie Tracy, do you think he should try again? I see you over here in the comments. She said yes. Right. Yeah. Let me know. Let me give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think he should go for it. If I were in his shoes and I had caused the damage that I caused, because this is the thing. The thing about words is that although they're words and they're not like weapons and things of that sort, they can be weaponized. And if you say something or you infuriate or make your family so sad to a point where they're just like, I don't even want to deal with you. The first step is always taking accountability. You have to be willing to take accountability for your actions and the hurt and the pain that you caused others. It's just no way around it. It's no way around it. If you love them, you will stay in recovery and do what you need to do. Now, what I want to do real quick is let's take a quick break. I'm going to let y'all gather y'all thoughts because we need to know, should this man, does he need to keep trying, or does he need to pump the brakes? We'll be right back.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other and build family memories we will carry with us forever. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. It's easy. Just put in your zip code to find family-friendly outdoor destinations near you. You'll also find guides to free activities, games, and amazing forest facts. Give the magic of the outdoors to your kids and reconnect with your family. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Shop MzMetchi's exclusive sunglasses collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, at MzMetchi.com/shop. You won't be disappointed.
I know y'all heard that I'm having this whole 60% off sale for Lavish Looks. In case you didn't know, let me just go ahead and drop that bug in your ear. You can use promo code Lavish60 for 60% off. Okay, get your 60% off. Let me get into these comments. If you're just tuning in or you just logged on for tonight's What Would You Do? This man, he completely went in on his family, child. I mean, his family, they are very, very, very upset with this man. They're upset with him. Okay. And he's trying to figure out the best course of action. Let me get into the comments. Let's see. Auntie Tracy, she said that if it's love, it's worth it. Yeah. I feel, you know what? If you love somebody, you have to fight. You don't have to. Let me rephrase. You should fight for it and give it that last, we're giving this our last hoorah before you officially have to call it quits. And, you know, I mean, he said that he went through the last year, so 2022, and it was a dark period for him. And you know what we have to recognize is that we can't treat people badly and expect for them to still crave us, right? Especially our significant others. You cannot treat them horribly and then expect for them to still yearn for your love and want to be there and want to show up and want to show up, not only show up, but show up as their best selves. Okay. I couldn't imagine, you know, you're with someone, they are, you know, experiencing extremely drunken behavior and you have to deal with this day in and day out. I would have fled on the first car ride, Uber, taxi, airplane, whatever. Get me out of here. Okay. So when you hurt someone, you have to be willing to put the work in. I think that with him only being a few months into recovery, I don't really know if that's the right time. It's giving us a little bit too early for me. It's a little bit too early. I don't like it. She said, I like your hair. Thank you. I wanted to try something different. You know, I haven't had bangs in years, girl. I haven't had a good bang in years. So it's giving. Shout out to Outre. Shout out to them. You know, I don't mind. You know, people, they be talking about the little synthetics. I'm like, baby, I'll wear a synthetic from time to time. I am a brand ambassador for, a company that has human hair. Shout out to Gems by Jazz. But I'm like, if I want to switch my look up, yes, she will do a synthetic from time to time. And she looks good. Okay. she serves every time. It doesn't matter. The hair don't wear you, you wear the hair. Mm-hmm. Yes. And you know what? I was so impressed today. I always do a transition because y'all, when I tell y'all MzMetchi be looking bogus, I be looking real bogus before the show. I literally was in like my little sleep romper and a turban before this. So if y'all following me, you can check out the before and after. Go ahead. You could drop a like on there too, please and thanks. She's trying to continue the monetization. A like goes a long way. It goes a long way. But back to tonight's what would you do before we get ready to wrap up? Because this is the thing. You know what I love? I love them nights when I'm on by myself, because then I can get off and I can go live my best life. I can. And that's exactly what I plan to do. Auntie Tracy said he needs to surrender and do what's best for him and his family. Yeah. First off, if you drinking like that and you in a dark place, I'm going to need you to recognize the root of it. You have to figure out the root or you are going to ruin everyone around you. People, if you are not whole within yourself, you can never be whole for anybody else, whether if it's your kids, your significant others, your coworkers, your friends, your siblings, your cousins, whomever. You can't be good for anybody else unless you are good for you. Drinking excessively, cussing your family out, sending them nasty and demeaning things via text message is not the way to go. That's not the way to get them back. And like I said, I applaud this man for recognizing that he was in a dark space and taking the steps necessary to go ahead and recover. But you're not fully recovered yet. Okay? And that is the gamble that everyone in your life who you've obliterated at this point, that's how they feel. It's just like, can we trust it? There's work that has to be done inside of you first. No one else can do it for you. It can only be you. Talk to me when you out of recovery. You got to have a certificate. If you're an alcoholic, you need to have the coins or whatever it is that they give you, whatever accolades, I need you to have several of them before you could have a chance if you didn't act a fool on me. You only going to get so many times that you could act a fool on me before I'm just like this. Peace. I ain't trying to deal with you. I'm not trying to deal with you. I'm not trying to deal with you. It's giving drunk. It's giving you going off on me. It's giving you yelling. And you know what? The saddest thing is when you see someone that's in a relationship with someone that abuses either drugs or alcohol or themselves or they keep, like other people. They just hella aggressive. Don't nobody want to come home to all of that. Your peace is everything. My peace will always be more important. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in with us on our Facebook and YouTube tonight. Yes, tonight's What Would You Do? This man needs some help, y'all. It's given he was an alcoholic and he done tore the whole family down. The family is upset. So he's trying to see if he should fight for them now that he is a few months into recovery. I don't know. I feel like he needs to give it just a little bit more time. She said, OMG. These comments be funny in that order. Yeah, get yourself together first. You have to come to me after you have some accolades under your belt as far as your recovery. We need some longer milestones because this is the thing. If you acted up for 365 days a year, you ain't gonna be fixed in 90 days. It's just not realistic and it's not gonna happen like that. So let's be for real. Let's be for real. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. I absolutely agree with what you said earlier in terms of, Auntie Tracy, with if it's love, then it's worth it. Yes. Like, should you absolutely, if you feel like things are coming to a close within your relationship, you want to save it now that you're on a straightened path, absolutely. You should go for it. But you have to understand that you have to go for it, not on your terms anymore. The relationship can no longer be, you can't be the lead when you were the lead and you messed up. Oh, y'all wasn't ready for that. If you were the lead, and most of the times, let's be honest, within most heterosexual relationships, it is encouraged, your man is supposed to be the lead. So if I allowed you to lead me and you led me to distress, to dismay, to foolery, to drunkenness, to aggressiveness, to anger, okay? to not being comfortable, not being content in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You can no longer lead me until you get you together. I can't put you back in the driver's seat and you driving like you crazy. Okay? That's the reality of the situation. That's why the family's not talking to you. When you were in control, you berated your family via text message. Okay? You're drunk, yelling, and aggressive. Who wants to deal with that? So understand, when you're in the wrong, you do have to take it and do things according to the person that you hurt in order for them to feel comfortable with you again. That's just how it goes. I mean, I don't think I'm saying anything that's too crazy. If I was his wife and he came up in there acting like that, he would have, honestly, I'm a 3-striker. I'm a 3-strike girl. It just works for me. I feel like it's a number, even though it's an odd number. I'm like, I can deal with it. She said, you can't follow a fool, please. Okay. I'm not going to follow you into more treachery and buffoonery. Get somebody else to do it. You go do it on your own. No. It goes back to what I said earlier in terms of you cannot treat somebody bad and expect them to still crave you. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. There's a lot of work that has to be done. And most of the time people get frustrated when they apologize or they're just like this. I'm expressing remorse and you're not loving me. You're not appreciating this. You're not doing this. But it's just like, you've done a little bit too much. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. I'm not following a fool. And I'm not following you into more foolishness and buffoonery. So that's that on that. I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break. And when we come back, we have tonight's What's Happening and What's Up. It's been a few things happening in the street. So let's get to it. Be right back.
I'm 54, so basically, it's too late to start saving for retirement, right?
Not right. Starting to save, even in your 50s, can really make a difference.
Well, right now, saving seems hard to wrap my head around. Plus, with the way this year's been going...
Hey, listen, it's okay. You still got this. Just go to aceyourretirement.org. It's an online tool from AARP that can help you get your retirement savings on track no matter your age. It's free and only takes about 3 minutes.
I like 3 minutes.
Yeah, at aceyourretirement.org, you'll chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer a few questions and you'll get a personalized plan and tips to help boost your retirement savings. Tips that are easy to understand and tailored to your lifestyle.
I like that too.
Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back. Just head to aceyourretirement.org and make your plan to start saving for retirement.
Thanks.
That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey y'all, it's your girl MzMetchi checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back. It's your girl, MzMetchi. We back for another Blueprint Live, baby. And let's get into what's happening and what's up in the streets. So, okay, y'all know everybody's local favorite, honey, Popeyes. Did y'all hear about their new biscuits? Or is that just the little fat girl that lives inside of me? Okay, maybe it's just me. So y'all, they gonna have some. They bringing back a favorite. Okay, it's giving strawberry biscuits, and I'm gonna need one. I'm gonna need one of them with a strong strawberry Fanta, light ice. I'm gonna need it. I love it. It speaks to my big girl. I love it. I love it. Don't be laughing at me, Mr. Tracy, girl. I know you done heard about them dang on biscuits, girl. I know you done heard about the biscuits, baby. It's lit. Now, moving along. See, I told y'all tonight. I was like, look, it's gonna be a short night. My friend Kim, she hasn't logged on, but we about to link up. Kim, I'm on my way, sis. I'm gonna be there. Okay, I'm gonna be there. We going to some of my, my little favorite spot. I like to go get me a little cocktail, give me a little wing. Can I have some ranch? That's me. That's going to be me here in about an hour or so. So look, there was a study that was done and it said that hundreds of women have been traveling each week from the southern tip of Illinois, as well as 11 other states that banned abortions, to come into, come into like the Chicagoland area and things of that sort, after they reversed the Roe versus Wade. Y'all, wow. That naturally when we heard about it, being an Illinois citizen, I was just like, man, that's going to affect a lot of people. But now they're starting to see a lot more of an influx for it, as Illinois has considered themselves a safe haven to women that are coming and looking to have those procedures. And, it goes so much deeper than what people think in terms of like, oh, they're getting an abortion because they want to, or different things. It's so many layered reasons why people elect to have that particular procedure done. So with Illinois being a safe haven, they are seeing an influx from over 11 different states that are south of us, of course, that have ultimately reversed the ability to have that procedure done. So, it's been it's definitely been some changes since they have reversed that particular law, and it's super, super unfortunate. I mean, now everybody's coming to Illinois. I'm like, y'all, we ain't got no room. It's tight up here. I'm like, we getting to the level of like Atlanta and Texas. Y'all need to get some more services going in some other states. We need some other safe havens. Ohio, where you at? Hello, is there anyone else? Is there anyone else? Because Illinois, they say they taking everybody. My goodness. Wow, what a study, right? Okay. Something else that I thought that was really interesting as far as like just within the health thing, we've been kind of in the midst of a little bit of like an opioid crisis for a little while, and I feel like it's not getting enough attention and people aren't talking about it. Well, the FDA approved their first over-the-counter drug opioid overdose reversal. Okay, so this is pretty big, because a lot of the times, people are literally dying at the hands of these opioids, and now they have something, and the FDA has jumped behind it. So, definitely a lot of things that's been going on just with like the health and the science sector. I try to keep my eyes a little bit glued to everything. I'm just here to pass y'all the news of what's really going on in the streets, because they're not talking about it. They're not talking about a lot of this stuff the way that they should. Okay, moving on to some. Where my Housewives fans? Okay, was anyone else shocked when they heard that Eva Marcel and her husband were calling it quits? It was giving surprise. Oh, Cuzzy! Yes. Hey, Cuz, how are you? So you jumped in at a really good time. We needed you for the What Would You Do tonight, Lynn. It was a lot tonight. I was so surprised to hear that they had filed, but I was even more shocked when I scrolled back a few hours later. I was just, online, and he said he was fighting for his marriage. He's like, oh, he's not about to let Eva the diva go. He ain't about to let her go. And of course, people, were doing their digging, and I really hate that sometimes with like your personal documents and things, that it becomes public information, especially when you're a celebrity. Like, nobody would care about you if you lived up the street. No one would care. But because you're a celebrity, they're absolutely digging. So they were saying that the reason that was cited on the actual divorce paperwork, kind of indicated that there may have been some infidelity or some different things of that sort. And I'm just like, you cheated on Eva the diva? That's all of this is alleged, because none of this, no one knows. I'm like, they cited it that way for a reason. They don't want you all to know. It's ridiculous. Chanel said, I was shocked also. Yeah, girl, that one threw me for a little bit of a loop. I was like, oh, yikes. Auntie Tracy said I was too. Okay, Lynn, you said you weren't shocked. Give me some more information. Why did you see it coming from the show? Talk to me. It did. I felt like that when they were both on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, that they were so seemingly different from one another. So, I guess I could see it, he was also in the political world. It ain't for everybody. Some things, some industries, everyone can't handle that. You know, especially she's in entertainment. I mean, you know, she's doing her thing on All the Queen's Men. I mean, Eva has always been that girl. She's always been that girl. So I was, like I said, you know, it felt like that they were just 110% down for each other. So I was like, wow, this is different. It's different. So moving along. This was something that I was really excited to hear about. Now, and I don't want to say their names wrong, but so I'll go ahead and, you know, and I will reshare this story. So there were two teens from New Orleans that figured out a mathematical equation that had seemingly been impossible. Their last names Johnson and Jackson. They demonstrated that the Pythagorean theorem can be proven with trigonometry. I thought that was so amazing. I mean, these are two teenagers. They're from, you know, from New Orleans. Shout out to New Orleans. See y'all in a couple weeks. Because I'm coming to get my oysters. I'm coming to get my alligator. I need all of that. I need all of that. I need the bands. I need all of that. Side note, see y'all in a few weeks, New Orleans. But these two teens came from there and they are just doing their thing. Like it's giving all of the Black girl magic to me. Come on now. First off, I can't even do nothing really for real past algebra. It's giving algebra for me. That's my cap at the mathematics. I'm like, ooh, you talking about geometry? Ooh, you talking about statistics? Get somebody else to do it. Because it's not going to be me. Okay, Lynn, let me get into your comments. She said, no, those reality shows hit marriages hard. I'm happy to hear he's fighting for his wife. You know what? You're right. It does change the dynamics. I mean, you know, we saw some of our faves, like even with Nene Lynx, you know, her and Greg, you know, were separated for some time and then they ended up coming back together. And, you know, I felt like when they came back the second time, they were stronger than ever, but that's rough. That's really rough. Hey, Whitney, what's up, girl? She said, oh yeah, them girls did that. They did all of that. Okay. Cause girl, I used to sit up in math class. Like after it got to past algebra, I'm just like this. If you could see the thoughts in my head, it would just be a whole bunch of question marks. Because that's what it was giving me. That's what it was giving me. Okay, Chanel said, agree, Black girl magic. Yes. Come on now. Two teens. These girls are not even outside. They not even outside of high school. Okay. Shout out to them. They're doing amazing things. Okay. So remember I told y'all with the Hate It and Love It that we were going to jump back in as far as with Jonathan Majors. So let's get into it. Y'all know what I said. And I'm gonna say it. And some of y'all gonna be a little mad with me. Y'all gonna be a little mad. That's okay though. I felt like that if he would have been possibly dealing with a woman of color, let me go ahead and put that out there, that the police may have not been involved. Just my whole thing. Don't mind me. Y'all know I'll be talking crazy, but I said what I said. Now, this girl, I'm like, baby, as soon as you get the police call, she clearly didn't understand that calling the police on a Black man was never going to work. It was never going to work. Okay. Then Jonathan Majors' lawyer releases the text message exchange between the two of them. And it seemingly points to the fact that there may have been some type of altercation between the two of them. I don't know. I like to read deeper into things. That's my fault. But let me get into these comments. Lynn says, say that. We're related. Yeah. Lynn, I just couldn't, you know, he was having kind of like the best couple weeks ever, right? And then it all came crashing down very quickly. He did a commercial with the Army. They pulled that down. They like, shoot, we're going to swipe that until we figure out what's going on. She was on the text messages that the lawyer released, you know, just like, I'll let them know I didn't want this to happen to you. Like, I didn't want this to happen to you. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Like, girl, what did you think when you called the police? If you're going to try to take the man's phone, do that in private. We don't need to know. The police didn't need to know. He's Jonathan Majors. What, did you see something in your phone? And then this is the thing. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter who you are. If you are dating someone that is in the spotlight or whatever the case is, baby, you have to have some security and some tough skin. Okay? You have to have some security in yourself and and you got to have discipline. Okay? If we gonna throw hands or we gonna do something like that, I don't get into things like that. But if we gonna throw some hands, we got to do it at the house. I'm not gonna get the police involved because I want my fair one. I'm just joking. I'm joking. We do not promote domestic violence here at the Blueprint Live, but I'm just saying, if he was possibly dealing with someone else, that altercation could have stayed exactly where it was. And the only way that it would have gotten out is if like somebody was video recording or like a security camera. I mean, come on now. He was literally having the best few weeks ever and it all came crashing down. So unfortunate. And this is the thing. We'll never know the truth. And even if nothing did happen, he is scarred so bad that it's going to take a lot for him to come back from this. You all have seen how they will crucify and do whatever. And I'm not saying that the girl is right or wrong, that it happened or it didn't happen, because this is the thing. I also don't victim blame either. But if you know that that man didn't do anything to you and you still called the police over something that was in his phone, baby, you the fool. The fool. Whitney said yes, all at once. Like what? His things came crashing down for Jonathan Majors so quickly that just as a person that's a fan, because I've liked him since Lovecraft Country. My girlfriend, Dr. Lauren, she was the one that got me looking at him. I mean, and they, it's been debates. Even when he came out with his February issue of Ebony, they were like, oh, he's got on pink, he's got on this. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm like, but the streets like it though. The streets definitely like it. The streets like it. Okay. He's not a bad looking guy. He seemed like he's pretty humble or whatever the case is. Then I know y'all saw during the week that all of these like other actors and actresses and, directors were coming saying like, oh, he's been doing this. This is his behavior and everything. And they look pretty similar to the young lady that made the false accusations, allegedly, because we don't know if they're false or not. It's all unfortunate. I hate to see people when they win a season and then they don't even get a chance to enjoy it. How unfortunate is that? I don't know. We will have to fight at the house. That's it. Last but not least, I want to know, did you all hear about this story? It was super unfortunate. Now, this one is brought to us by Ms. ZWTT. She was the one that broke this particular story. But so young lady down in Mississippi was on Facebook Live and she shot and killed her husband on Facebook Live while her mother and her children were in the same room. Did you all hear about that? Khadijah Brown. This is not a good story to be a Brown at this point. I'm like, we are not related. I don't know that woman. I couldn't believe it, y'all. And then you know what? To everybody that was sharing the video, because shout out to ZWTT that was able to share the story without sharing that heartbreaking footage, where while you could not actually see the shot being took, you could hear it, and you can hear the chaos that ensued shortly thereafter. Very unfortunate situation. My whole thing is, I don't love nobody that much that I'm gonna take your life and risk my freedom. Because, you're doing something that's a little shady. You're doing something that's not 100% right. That ain't my forte. I'll leave you. And the sad part about it is that man was trying to get out the door. All he was trying to do was get to work. And the most heartbreaking thing was, just the reactions of, you did this in front of your children. Now your children are without both of their parents because you couldn't control yourself. Whitney, yes, it was sad. That was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. I don't care what he was doing. Then if you go to the girl's page, because y'all know me, I like to go and look. I'm like, what the hell was going on? She was on there calling this man bisexual. I mean, she was just really, really dragging this man through the mud. And my whole thing is that if you feel that low about him, you don't need to be with him. Leave that man alone. If that's what you feel. If you feel that bad about him, instead of airing him out, because my whole thing is just like, you stayed with somebody that you felt like was bisexual. Like, now we're looking at you because what's your problem? Now you behind bars, a fool, a whole fool. Yes, Auntie Tracy, this was a real story that happened. It was absolutely a heartbreaking story. Heartbreaking. Lynn said, yeah, that was sad, but so true. She said she didn't think a bullet was in the gun. And my whole thing is, because why are you grabbing a gun in the first place? I'm not having an argument with somebody, my loved one, my spouse, the father of my children, and I feel the need at any point to discharge a gun from any place nearby. What do we need our guns for? Help me understand. I don't get it. Like, it's no justification for why a gun should have even been brought into the situation. Yeah. And my whole thing is, for every gun that you pick up, and any of my gun owners, any of my CCL folks, you treat every gun that you come in contact with as if it's loaded. Okay? So we're not going to be playing with guns when I'm angry or when I'm doing this. We're not playing with that. I'm not even having no guns around me, no guns, no knives. Like, because I don't know if you're going to turn up, and I don't want to turn up and do anything to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even going to put that in my spirit. I'm not going to put that around me. It was no justification for that. I'm like, girl, treat every gun like it's got something in it. You got to treat it like it's got that pop at all times. Step one. You shouldn't even have a gun if you acting all willy-nilly like that. That's not how it goes. So yeah, I saw that too, Lynn, and it made me mad. I'm like, girl, are you? I'm not gonna say it. She said exactly. Yeah, cause I'm telling you, I could not even believe that happened to that man. It was insane. Well, look, y'all, that was tonight. What's happening? What's up? Okay, so I try to keep my ear to the streets to see what's going on. I'm going to take a really quick break, and when I come back, we're going to be jumping into tonight's topic. Okay, so make sure that you stick around. Definitely want to get your input. We'll be right back.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. And now, introducing one of the newest BossFluent creations, Lady. Lady is a women's fragrance that will leave men mesmerized and have you feeling beyond amazing. Its sweet and soft aroma will bring out your inner divine feminine and keep him wanting more, over and over again. Lady, a BossFluent product coming soon. Make sure you check out our fragrances and much more online at www.bossfluentent.com. Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. So we just wrapped up tonight's What's Happening, What's Up, and it's time to jump into the topic of the night. This one, I told y'all earlier, was inspired from a conversation that I was having with my my good friend Renita. Y'all know we like to talk. We have some good conversations, but we were speaking today about, can you share your happiness with others? The question of the night. Okay. And it was crazy because how we started talking about, of course, she, opened up the conversation with some great news, and I was super excited about it. And I immediately, I am totally that friend that if you got some stuff going on, be it good or bad, baby, we finna celebrate. I don't care. I'm a bottle popper, pom-pom girl, whatever you celebrate. I don't care if you just like this. Girl, I was out on the street and found a $20 bill out on the street. I'm like, give it up for the $20 bill. Like, let's go. Okay. Can you share your happiness with others? Do you have people in your life where you can share what you got going on and they share in the happiness with you? Or do you have people around you that when you share in your happiness, you get a little bit of a A janky and stank response. We've all been there. Everybody's had a person. I've had to boot out a few people that I was just like this. I'm like, well, damn, do you even do you rock with me, baby? What's going on? Because I'm confused. I'm confused. She said step 101. You funny. You funny. Whitney said, yes, Meet you be excited. Whitney, you know, girl. And it's like this. Don't call me if you don't want me to scream. Because I'm totally the one. I'm like, what? What? Say what? Like you supposed to be able to celebrate and share things with your people. But okay, I'll tell y'all about some times where I couldn't 100% share. I can now. Like my friends, oh, they be so excited with me. I tell them good stuff and they just be like, oh, Mechi, that's girl. I'm like, yes, I live for it. I live for it. Whitney said, yep, I do. Absolutely. Absolutely. She said, Lynn said, yes, we must share our happiness with my tribe and my family. Because why not? Why not? And I am a firm believer that people, if they, act real stank and do all that other stuff, and when you do share good things with them, but they always be there for the dread in your life, baby, them people, they not for you. They not for you. She said, do you want to share? Yeah, I could share. I am going to share. I'm going to share. Whitney said, yep, that's definitely you. Girl, I'm just like this. I'm like, baby, don't call me and have the phone straight up to your ear. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to scream into the phone with excitement and joy for you. Lynn said, yes, I share my family members' successes all the time. Absolutely. Lynn, you're so good with that. So good. Amanda said, hey, love. Hey, love. How are you? So yeah, let me go ahead. I will share a time where I could not share within things. And it totally, it shifted the dynamics for me. So I have mentioned this situation, I think, to you all where I had a girlfriend. This was someone that I've known from like since my college days that whenever I would talk about things and wins and successes within my business, because, with the Blueprint Live, the Blueprint Media Company, even, before MzMetchi was like an established brand, there was a lot of work that happened during that process. And naturally with that, it was a lot of wins that took place too, right? There were wins naturally for me to get to where I've been able to land my business at this point. And I would notice that whenever I was extremely happy about something, I mean, I'm just riding on cloud 9. Whenever I would talk to this friend and, naturally, if you haven't powwowed with your friends, you usually go through like, what's the updates? What's the tea? What's going on? And I would always notice the change in tone, or the body language that just almost read like, why is she talking about this? What's going, you would just kind of notice the automatic disdain, right? I'm so happy about the wins that are happening for my business, that are happening to me personally, my growth as an entrepreneur. I'm learning from some of my mistakes that I've made as like a rookie media person, personality. Like there were so many things that were happening simultaneously. And whenever I would share with this particular person, whatever I was happy about, things just turned very sour. The conversation turned very cold. And I'm like, you know what? You're just not someone that I can share with. Okay. I can't share with you in this season. Okay. Because I mean, anyone that knows me for real, and if you know me for a long time, I'm pretty expressive. So you'll know if I'm having a good day, you'll know if I'm having a bad day. I try to keep it real. I'm going to celebrate people the same way that I want to be celebrated. But if the minute that I feel like that I'm just like this, oh no, you can't do that, you get a little bit of a demotion. And not that anybody is supposed to care about how they're categorized in someone else's life. But if I can't share in the uplifting moments, and you always want to hear about my despair, you always want to hear about them days when you're broke, or your man acting up, or whatever, you don't never want to hear no good news, you are not part of my tribe, right? I can't have you be a part of my tribe, because it's like where I'm going, I can't have people that are negative like that you only want to hear about the negativity and the despair, but you don't want to hear about the victory and the happiness. So I had to learn very quickly from that situation that everyone that you have in your life and that you have around you, you can't share everything. You have to place people accordingly, have those categories, put those people that are in certain stations of life. You have to do it. Now, I will still say hello. I'm still very cordial with this particular young lady, but that's not my friend. That's not my friend, because the things that I would call her and share with her, I would call my good friends, my real friends, and it would be a completely different reaction than the one that I would get from that person every single time. Ridiculous. Shout out to Nikita. Shout out. Okay, come on now. We got First Class Logistics checking in. Y'all better drop them businesses. She said her mood would change. I was experiencing that too, Nikita. I would have these conversations and I'm just like, hey, I'm like this and this and, oh my goodness. Like, oh, you asked me what my latest update was. This was this. Like, I will never forget, like, the very last interaction was when my show first became syndicated. And that, and I had tried to, I had been already kind of pulling back from that relationship in the first place. I'm just like, I just don't feel like that she genuinely is like happy or cares. So I'm going to pull back. But, that particular night, again, off the wine, bing bong, I was asked what's going on, what's new. And what was new was that I had just recently, my show was syndicated, right? So that was the last time that I saw, like, you could just literally see the shift. You could see the whole mood of it just going from like to, oh, okay, that's good. She used to say things like, oh, your little business, your little this, little. And anybody that knows me knows I don't like the word little. I'm just like this. Let me tell you something about MzMetchi. I've done things big my entire life. I don't know little. I'm not a little woman. I don't have a little attitude. I don't have a little house. I don't have a little car. I don't have a little this. I don't have a little ass. There's nothing little about anything that's associated with me. So anytime that you have someone that may be like demeaning or doing different things like that, you got to be like this. Oh no, it's giving hater. It's giving hateration and holleration in the dancery. And one thing we're not going to do is that. So I immediately had to do some demotion. Kimberly said you can share your happiness with people, just not everyone. There are secret haters lurking everywhere. That part. And as for me, I walked away from that situation because I was just like this. I'm like, oh, I can't talk to you freely, frankly, about things. I don't need you. Period. Whitney said, wow, I hope you're no longer friends with that person. Girl, still friend. Baby, it's giving. And now you're just somebody that I used to know. We can't have no conversations. That person doesn't know anything that's going on with me besides what they may see possibly on social media. And I blocked them from Instagram because I'm like, you a hater. It's giving big hater. And I'm sorry. Yes, MzMetchi is totally that person that if I feel like I don't want to see you in my presence, absolutely, I'll unfriend you and block your ass quick with the quickness. I mean, I'm talking about from the stroke of the button. I will block your ass. I'm going to block you. Hello, good evening, good night. You could go over to the block list. The block list. It's long. It's strong. You could go over there. We're done. Nikita said she was jealous. And Lynn said she was unhappy with her own life. I have to be inclined to agree with that. Nikita said, stop being friends with her. She doesn't deserve you. Oh, sis, we not friends no more. We not friends. I was saying earlier when I was talking about the what would you do, I go by a 3-strike rule. Once you get to the 3 strikes, you out, baby. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? 3, that number works for me. You have to do what number works for you. Some people are number 1, but I do believe that when people make mistakes or whatever the case is, we are human. But once I see the same characteristics and the same traits with somebody, you got to go. It's really not much that we need to talk about. Okay. We ain't friends, girl. Auntie Tracy said, for you readers, check out Bitterness Runs Deep by Dr. Beverly Cranes Lowe. Reclaim Grace. Yeah, you know what? And see, this is the thing, Auntie Tracy. I love that. I do grace, but sometimes the grace has to be inside of me. Sometimes people don't, I'm like, I don't owe you nothing if I can't even talk to you about the good things that's going on in my life. Okay. She said, good. Whitney, you crazy. And I know her, she actually is laughing. Lynn said, if she saw you looking ridiculously gorgeous tonight with your show, she would be in a really bad way. Girl, cuz she would. She would. But this is the thing. I just fly so high above that. I don't even be worried about things. So, in those moments where I would have those conversations where I was trying to share about what my latest updates were, because that's what you do with your girlfriends, it would catch me off guard every time to see the shift, to hear the tone. And I'm very, very, very much keen. I had to learn a lesson that, I used to say like, oh, I feel like I'm an empath or whatever the case is. I still, but now I'm recognizing that kind of goes a little bit against God. So I feel like God gives me the ability to be able to feel things. So I'm reclaiming it. I got to give the glory back to him. So, but I can feel the energy shifts. I can feel when something is not right, or there's some type of, just a different thing that was going on. I mean, I've had to stop working with people because I'm like, I can feel your energy, and your energy feels negative to me. When I feel that, I got to immediately withdraw myself. I don't go into it like, oh, this person is hating on me. Like, you will never catch me saying anything like that, just coming out the blue, because I'm just not that type of person. I don't live to try. My life isn't lived, or my lifestyle isn't the way it is to try to make someone feel any type of negativity towards me. But once I feel the negativity from you, you got to go. You got to go. Period. Nikita said, okay, good. Yes, girl, she's gone. Out the window. Kimberly said, we are human, but be human over there, sis. Okay. Be human on that side of the table. That's on that side of the lot. That's a part of that different plot. You could go somewhere else. Get somebody else to do it. Quickly, fastly, and hurriedly. Okay. That's all I'm saying. So in this situation, I think that what we can pull from is that you have to be able to know who your tribe is. And that's the general consensus from everyone that's tuning in with us on our Facebook and YouTube live tonight, is that, you have to be able to make those separations. You got some friends that you could pray with. You got some friends you could party with. You got, or friends, or not even that, significant others. Because don't think that your significant other can't hate on you. Don't think your siblings can't hate on you. Your co-workers can hate on anybody that you could have any type of relationship with. And when I say hate, we say hate, and that kind of sums it up. But you just know that it's just like, they may not genuinely be happy for you or have your best interest at heart. So can you share your happiness with others? Absolutely. But you can't share it with everybody, because everybody doesn't deserve to know all of those miraculous and amazing things that are happening for you. But you do need to have your tribe of people that you can call and just be like this. Look, I got this going on. I've got my girlfriends that if I've got a business idea, or I've got some different things that's on my heart, I can literally call and brainstorm with them and talk it out with them. And I don't have to worry about them not only not taking my idea, but then going and doing it with somebody else. I can trust them. And for me, if I can trust you with any type of emotions I may be experiencing, some days I wake up and I'm grieving. I've had a lot of loss. I've had a lot of things in my life. If I could trust you with certain emotions, hell yeah, I could tell you if I'm happy or not. Absolutely. I can tell you. I can tell you if I'm sad. I can tell you if I'm grieving. I can tell you if I'm scared. I'm feeling some fear about different things. It all comes down to, it's like when you feel open enough and you feel vulnerable, that means there's a certain level of trust there. If you got people around you that you don't trust like that, they don't need to know if you're happy or sad. You shouldn't be telling them anything. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Okay? So I'm not going to beat a dead horse tonight. Great conversation. Whitney said, can't take everyone to your next level. I completely agree. And I think that tonight's quote of the night is going to definitely seal that for y'all. So I feel like, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Let's get into tonight's quote of the night, because it's so relevant to tonight's topic. Okay, let's do it.
Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
I know I usually give y'all pretty long quotes of the night, but this one's going to be very short and to the point. You deserve to be filled the same way you pour. Okay? And I'm not talking about identical, like an identical way, like this is how you pour, so you have to do the exact same thing back to me. No, that's unrealistic because we're all our own individuals. But part of deserving to have your cup kind of filled the way that you feel others is that, for there to just be some type of reciprocation. Okay. People go through things. Life be lifing around here. I don't know about y'all. Life had been lifing for me for the last couple weeks. But the way that you pour out, you do deserve for those things to be reciprocated to some degree. Okay. Sometimes it's going to look like exactly what you want. Sometimes it's not. But you deserve to have it the same way. When they say that you can't keep making withdrawals and expect not to go into the negative, it's the truth. You can't do that when it comes to your life, your heart, your emotions, your joy, your happiness, none of those things. So you deserve to have it poured right back into you. You deserve that reciprocation. So that's what I wanted to leave you all with tonight. Kim, that part. Yes, girl. Are you ready to go? I'm gonna call you as soon as I log off because we gotta go. It's time. It's time for round two. Round two. But that was tonight's quote of the night. If you haven't already, make sure that you are following me on Facebook and Instagram at MzMetchi, and make sure that you're following the Blueprint Media Company everywhere. Okay, just type in at the BP Media Co. and we'll pop right up. Remember, I am having a 60% off sale for all lavish looks. For those tuning in live, my earrings I have on tonight are lavish looks. Okay, I only got 2 pairs of these left, so if y'all like them, let me just get the little camera real quick. Go grab them. Okay, go grab them. Everything is 60% off. You can use code LAVISH60. Okay, orders will be going out. Okay, we make USPS runs frequently. Okay, and we have the priority mail, so you're gonna get it within 1 to 2 days because that's just how we roll. We're doing everything lavish. So make sure that you go and shop at MzMetchi.com/shop. Shout out to my sponsors: Fiya Infusions, Black Dollar Days, and of course Paris Ice Bar. I'm finna say Paris the Ice Bar. No, Paris Ice Bar. Okay, she is our mobile bartender. And shout out to all my listeners tuning in from the Chicagoland area. Okay, Houston, Philly, and Jersey, and all of the listeners on Fluent Radio, Mixed Talk Media, Jams 95.3, and Indie 101.5. Next week I'm going to the White Sox game. Shout out to my friends. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have a good time. I do still plan on broadcasting, but I'm gonna let y'all know. Because y'all know I try to schedule some time to have a good time and have a nice little break. So I'll be needing that from time to time. Let me get into these comments really quick before I log off with you. She said a profound quote. Thank you so much, cuz. And I want to thank all of my people that were viewing with me on Facebook and YouTube tonight. Hey, Nikita, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys. And until next time, okay? Until next time. Bye.